but they sent me a bunch of stuff on the new banking reforms. How is everybody? Hope you're having a good day. Everybody hit the like, please, before I get started. Usually we wait till 100 likes, but I don't have a lot of time. I don't know how long my husband's going to be on this call, but I'm happy to be joining you today. He's in the AC with the dog. Whoops. Okay, that wasn't expected. Hi, how are you? I didn't lose you, of course. You know, Mercury retrograde is over, right? I think it's over. Let's hope it's over. So anyways, my husband's handling the dogs. Hey, Robert, grand afternoon. Amen, it's a grand afternoon. Grand rising if you're just waking up. You know, some people work the night shift. I don't know. You might just be waking up. I will do a summary of all this after, but I wanted to give you the details. Everybody hit the like because there was a lot of things that came in right after I ended the live stream. I had a very short live stream this morning. It was only like an hour. And thanks to Massage Diva, who I think is working right now because we're praying for her to have continuous work. Sorry I dropped that, guys. So funny. Guys, anyways, they sent me a bunch of articles and a lot of screenshots. So I'm going to go through those with you. And everybody hit the like. There's only 12 right now. 23 people watching. We're going to wait a little bit. But guys, I also got an email from one of my friends, and evidently they sent me the same article that I guess, trying to think, who did he say was showing this? It's basically an article from today that says the central bank launches a security clearance platform. The central bank launched the security clearance platform. Now, this is going to go around. I know it is. So I wanted to bring it to you. Evidently, it looks like it was from the August 11th, if you look at the picture, and I've got various people saying different things about it, because you know, you've got all sorts of people talking about the Iraqi dinar right now. That's why you see all the AI channels. Hi Rick, how are you? Welcome. This is in addition to my live stream this morning. The timestamps are up, and I think it was 44 minutes where we started all the intel and the different things, and thanks to Massage Diva. So there was a slow news day over there. There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 articles. And then more articles came in as I ended, or after I ended while I was doing the timestamp. So I figured, I looked at my husband's calendar. He's on a video conference call. He's got the dogs in the AC because they want to be in the AC and he wants to be in the AC. I like it hot. And since we can't be in competing calls, he's in there with the sound of the AC, muting out his conversation. I'm in here with the hurricane fan, which is right over there, muting out. I've got 2 fans on, and I'm very happy. I'm a happy girl. I like it hot, guys. I came from Florida before the good Lord moved me here, so I really love it here. I love it when it's hot. So when is it supposed to go back to standard, $3 plus? Oh, nobody knows, guys. I wish I knew. I really don't know. I really don't know. But the fact that they did their digital currency underneath everybody's noses, we broke that news on June 8th. And I've also been in the blockchain system. That's what it's called, the blockchain system. And some of these articles, I read through all the articles before I decided to go live. And so it's a little jumbled. So I'm going to read the articles because it's noon. This is when my circadian rhythms start to dip. I'm still fasted. I did eat a handful of blueberries. Just saying. Supposedly you can eat up to 40 calories and not screw up your fasting window. We'll see. We'll see. Dawn, hi, you're here. Good afternoon. Alexis Rivera, good morning. Yeah, if you're on the West Coast, it's 9 a.m., right? Sabrina, hey, we were waiting for you. Hi, thank you, sweetie. Now, she had a doctor's appointment for her dear son, Logan. We're going to continue to pray for him to be free of any problems. I think they're still waiting on some preliminary reports after his surgery. So guys, this is while we're waiting for everybody to get on. I did this at the end of my summary this morning, so I'm going to start this summary with this while we're waiting for people to get on and hit the like. This is the Iraqi digital banking system. It's already digital. So is your banking system. It's digital. A lot of you have seen your bank closed down to have a digital transformation. The way the bank runs on the inside in Iraq is the way all banks around the world eventually will run. Iraq is the first of its kind. Remember, Kim Clement said there was a break in the financial system in the Middle East. Iraq is one of the first. Tunisia was the first country with 12 million people. Then they really put it in a hotbed in Iraq with 48 million people. Then Turkey, 75 million people. And now I believe it's also in Syria. So this is your paper currency. We all have paper currency. A lot of us are not even into cryptos. I'm into cryptos, but if you're not into cryptos, don't be surprised. Most of America's not into cryptos. I think there was 52 million crypto holders when Trump was running for president, because he spoke to those people. He is the crypto-friendly president. We have a crypto-friendly House and Senate because they just passed breaking legislation on this space. So this is our paper currency. We all have it. You don't have to get, you can invest in the digital Iraqi dinar if you want to. It's on Coinbase, Forex handle. You can find it. You can buy it if you want. That's up to you. But this is not financial advice because I don't know what your situation is. I do not hold any digital dinar. I only have the paper currency. I have dinar, I have Vietnam dong, I have the Indonesian rupiah, and I have the something real, Iranian real. And there's a list going around. I think John Dowling put it out of what he thinks the currencies are going to be in the first basket. All these currencies are in there. I personally, in my opinion, God said to tell you the Iraqi dinar was done. Kim Clement said it would happen one at a time, but he was referring that in his prophecy about some other things like synchrotron and the Big E or something like that. I don't know. That book is over there. I can look to it. But I just wanted to give you, while we're waiting for people to come on and hit the like. Hi, how are you? Good morning. Melanie, my bank was closed yesterday for 24 hours for maintenance. Exactly. Guys, everybody's upgrading to this system. When Iraq shut down all their banks on July 1st, this is why. They ran the digital currency from June 8th till they shut down all the banks on July 1st. It wasn't just a typical audit. The UST has been in the CBI for years now. And they have been also watching this happen because it's coming to America. It's coming to America. It's coming to the whole globe. Of course it's coming to America. And so the paper dinar, though, Iraqi citizens, very simply, they don't care what's going on in their bank. They just know when they take a paper currency in right now in Iraq, you get equivalent 1-to-1 digital. They don't care that it's digital. They just know it's in their bank and they're using a plastic card and it's no longer fiat because it's backed by something. How are they educating the citizens about that? I don't know. I'm not Iraqi. I can't watch most of those videos. But I'm telling you, in actuality, this paper currency, a lot has been taken off the streets and they've gotten cards for it. They've opened up a lot more bank accounts. I think one of the articles tells you how much they are reporting that people are in the banking system now versus holding their currency outside of the banking system. So this is Iraq's system. This is America's banks. We don't know which ones and what state of transformation they're in. Does it matter? No. Because when this is released, I will know. God's going to give me a bridge strategy, and that's going to tell you what to say then. That God will give me that when it's time. But your paper dinar, eventually you'll be able to take it into your U.S. banks too. But right now it doesn't fit. In fact, most bankers don't even know about it. So don't call your banks and ask, are you going to deal in the Iraqi dinar? Most will say no because it's still on the exotic currencies list. Now, we do know about the UN, the exotic currencies list changes on the 15th and the 30th of every month. We're coming up on the 15th. There's also some other things that are supposed to happen. I don't remember everything on the 15th. I rely on the articles because I don't rely on my memory. I never have. I like to do research, but I like to give you the truth right from the articles. Hi, whoever you are. I can't read your name, but maybe you're from Iraq. So this digital dinar has been in place, I believe, since June 8th. We've been watching it on Forex handle. A lot of people are uncomfortable with the crypto space. I am very comfortable with it. God woke me up and said blockchain, blockchain, blockchain 5 years ago when my YouTube channel was early. And so I have cryptos. I tell that my members, I talk to you about the cryptos I hold, and we have profited. I have not even had time to check my wallet because I was too busy hanging out with my husband and realizing he's got some calls to be on, so I can bring you this new information that I just got. So welcome to my live stream. Please hit the like because I'm the only one who does these live streams as much as I do them. So the articles they sent me are this, okay? They sent me screenshots. When they send me screenshots, it means they can't get through. What does that mean? Well, you know, They just can't get them through. They can't get the articles through. So I get screenshots. So I'm going to look at the first screenshot I got after this morning's live. And so here it is. Recent developments in progress. It says electronic payments have experienced a significant surge. Okay, they've been focusing on that. We've seen many articles where they talked about how the CBI, I have all the articles over there printed out, that they were going to do something, launch something imminent. On June 8th, we think that was the imminent launch of their new stable coin, even though it didn't go public. It's not international yet. You still cannot take your Iraqi dinar that I'm using. This is my paper currency. You can't take that into a U.S. bank right now. Don't even try. Hey, I made it on a live. Hey, Louise Sidbury, you sure have. This is a special live stream because my husband's scheduled. He's on a conference call in the office, and I'm out here with the fans on, so we can't hear each other. We don't talk over each other. So anyways, these are the screenshots I got right after my live. I'm 11 minutes in. We're going to start from the top. They sent me this as screenshots. The recent developments in progress in the Iraqi banking system. Electronic payments have experienced a significant surge, increasing from 1.7 trillion Iraqi dinars in 2020 to 21 trillion dinars in 2024. Over 40% of Iraqis now possess bank accounts. That's according to these stats. That's what they're reporting. We heard over 80% of the mattress money is already in their banks, but that's what we heard on the street. On this article, over 40% Iraqis now have bank accounts. Now, that 40% of Iraqis could have accounted for 80% of the dinar. Just saying. Just saying. Bank accounts up from 10% in 2020. Since November 2022, all bank transfers are processed through a CBI platform in collaboration, listen to this, I've never heard this before, with the Federal Reserve, the U.S. Federal Reserve. Since November of 2022, improving Iraq's integration with the global financial systems. So they've been in tandem with the U.S. Federal Reserve. I don't know about you, but that's news to me, and I just got that today, hence the live stream. So please hit the like. Hey, Angela Shockley, please subscribe and tap the bell if you're seeing me for the first time. Let us know. Join the family, guys. We all hold these currencies. We also, a lot of us hold cryptos. Some of us hold more of the dong than they do the dinar. It doesn't matter. When we watched Iraq go through this process, it's going to be the same process for you to take your Vietnam dong in. So please subscribe here and tap the bell. Because trust me, I'm going to be hitting on all those other currencies because I hold them personally. So anything I do, I share with you. Okay? So I hold the Vietnam dong, the Iranian rial, the rupiah. And I hold the Zim bonds. So you're home here. I'm a one-stop shop. You can always join here. Merv Crawford, yes, this family is the reason why we're unique. It sets us apart. We love each other unconditionally. We don't judge each other. We don't criticize each other. And we do not gossip and slander behind other people's backs. And we always honor everybody. That's why I don't want you to bring any other Intel guru's name into the chat. You can ask questions. Any kind of question you want, you could ask. But don't mention a guru's name. I am never going to be caught slandering another name of a child of God or gossiping behind their back. But if they have intel, I will tell you what I know to be true. Because I'm the Truth, Facts, and Optimism channel. Why? I've been studying this, and I've been studying every single detailed article that I am sent about the Iraqi dinar and about Iraq as a whole. I'm a big picture thinker. Once you get the big picture, then you're not going to miss anything. You might miss a detail, but you still have an eye on the big picture. Nobody else is doing that. Some people think, oh, it's only going to happen through the political system once this and this is done. Or it's only going to happen when it, I don't know, comes off the exotic currencies list. Some people think, well, they have to pass this law. Some people are only focused on one aspect. Sometimes they cannot see the forest for the trees. That's why I do the summaries. I keep an eye on everything they're looking at. Plus, I give you the detailed, big picture and detailed drill down into what's really going on, the facts coming out of Iraq. That's why I'm the truth with the facts and optimism. I don't talk dates and rates because nobody knows that. If they tell you they know that, they're probably lying or trying to convince you to go to some certain place that may not be smart for you to go to. God gave me 3 steps to a safe exchange. If you want those, look at the pinned comment down below. I'm the only one who does that. I'm the only one that gives you an alternative to the redemption centers. Things that make you go, Right? What do you know about the Zim? I know it's a very wealthy country, but I had a business owner who owned 19 businesses in Zimbabwe. He grew up there. And he happened to pick up a sup board for my husband. There was no coincidences. We happened to talk about his businesses. He owns several banks. And I asked him how the new ZIG currency was. Remember they came out with a new ZIG currency? Supposedly gold-backed, crypto, right? He said, well, it's not taken on too well. But he goes, Zimbabwe has a lot of problems. He goes, I've been in business there. He goes, I actually own some banks there. And he goes, and I'm not going to do anything unless the central bank will take it. So he didn't get into the ZIG at all in his businesses. That's just somebody that happened to pop by my house about the Zimbabwe. And I said, well, I actually happen to hold the bonds. He goes, hang on to them. I'm not saying it's never going to happen. It's just going to take some time. There's a lot of corruption there. He works there. He knows the area. He said it wasn't going to take some time. Then I asked him what he knew about Iraq. He goes, how do you know about Iraq? I said, oh, I used to be in finance and I just got interested in global economic policy. He goes, now that's an interesting country. He goes, that is positioned to revalue now. And God gave me some miracle signs and wonders after I asked him, are you sure this is done? It's done. So now we're just watching it roll out, right? So where was I? Now I'm in this article. The U.S. Federal Reserve improving the integration with the global financial system. Iraq's banking system has been working alongside the U.S. Federal Reserve. We knew that the U.S. Treasury is holding up the 8th floor of the Central Bank of Iraq. I just didn't know how close they were, right? So Iraq now works with approximately 30 overseas banks. The CBI is promoting initiatives like the RIADA program to provide financing and training for SME. Those are smaller, medium enterprises. Small to medium enterprises, I think. The CBI launched a National Financial Inclusion Strategy, NFIS, for 2025 to 2029. They just launched it this year for the next 4 years. Supported by organizations like the World Bank, the IFC, hold on, where is it? See, he's sending me screenshots. It's hard to see it. It says, supported by organizations like the World Bank and IFC, I think that's the International Finance Corporation, to provide financial services, increase account ownership, and boost digital payment usage, says the Alliance for Financial Inclusion. The CBI is actively developing a digital financial ecosystem, including an instant payments platform. What are instant payments? Well, do you use Venmo or PayPal? Those are instant payments. They launched an instant payment platform in Iraq. Does that surprise you? That means they have a digital infrastructure, a digital blockchain infrastructure to be able to do that. Including an instant payments platform, a national card scheme, they call it a scheme, I think it's lost in translation, and a future digital currency, They already have a digital currency. It's called, but they're testing it. They're still testing it. It's on the blockchain under Coinbase, under what is it called? Forex Handle, or Handle Forex. You can find it there. I can put a link into this live stream for it. Right now it says it's $1.49. It was $1.47 yesterday. It's been holding at $1.49 since I started looking at it this morning. However, when you look at that link, notice that there is no market cap for IQD. There's only a price. There's zero circulating supply. There used to be a lot of numbers in there. All of a sudden, the numbers are not there. So if I know Sabrina took some screenshots. If you have any recent screenshots where those numbers were filled in, I would like them. But right now it says the IQD volume is 18.75 million for the last 24 hours. But yet there is no supply, supposedly. But yet for the last 24 hours, they show a volume. I find those numbers very suspicious. Again, they're trying to hide it. That's all. Because of channels like mine. So, welcome to my channel where I bring you the breaking news out of Iraq. So again, they have challenges and obstacles. Obviously, they still have corruption, but these digital systems is what's catching the crooks. The banking system has been plagued by corruption and the influence of political elites and militias. That's the old banking system. The new banking system is a big trap for all the crooks. That's why they're prosecuting people, because this digital banking system is very transparent. Lack of public trust. This is the history, though. This is not now. obviously their bank accounts went up 40% of the population. It says historical instability and lack of transparency. Again, these systems are now transparent. They fixed the transparency issue. Okay? Clear transactions. Old systems were like opaque. Couldn't see anything. That's why there was so much corruption. With a significant portion of currency held outside the banking system. Again, we think 80% of the mattress money's been taken in because they made it advantageous. This is the paper currency. The paper dinar has been taken into these banks. We don't know how much. They've said as much as 80%. We do know that there are 40% account holders they could have held 80% of the currency. What we've been told is right now they're getting one paper dinar for each digital dinar. They get the same value, okay, in their bank accounts, which means, what does that mean? They have more purchasing power, which is what they've always said. We've also heard that when it goes on, when it gets international and it starts rising, they're going to cap it in their accounts. They're only going to give the citizens so much money. A government has a right to do that. The government can do whatever they want. So, money laundering and dollar smuggling. Some banks have been implicated in money laundering and dollar smuggling, fueling the black market for the Iraqi dinar. Structural imbalances. The Iraqi economy's heavy reliance on oil revenue and the prevalence of an unregulated, whatever, I lost that part of these screenshots. Sometimes you lose every sentence, and I like every sentence. Political will. The success of these reforms hinges on the political will to enact and enforce them effectively despite potential resistance from vested interests. Guys, they have politically excelled in passing legislation that allowed them to even create this digital dinar. So I'm telling you, I think it's all done. I think a lot of this is mess. God said, don't worry about the banks. It's going to be messy. Take the money and run. I'm telling you, don't worry about the banks. Doesn't matter which ones have transferred. It just matters that they can take in your currency when it's proper. Showing 157 on Handle Forex right now. It is? Yay! Thank you. It must have just went up. Oh, I have to refresh the browser. You're right. It's 157. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate when my subscribers know more than I do. So thank you. Please subscribe and tap the bell, guys. We are helping each other. All boats rise with the rising tide. So that is awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You posted the link, Robert. Thank you. So everybody can check it out for yourself. It is on Handle Forex right now, and they're not telling anybody. In fact, if you look further down and you read about Handle Forex, look at there's some zeros in the stats. That was not like that before. And we watched it when we were first watching it, when they thought nobody was watching, it went all the way up to 284. So then it went all the way down to $1. It didn't stay under, a digital dinar, sorry. There's no dollars in this equation. Please don't get me wrong. There's no dollars in this equation. This is not an American thing. This is strictly in Iraq. Okay, Iraq only. Thanks for the link. You're welcome. Importance of sanctions. U.S. sanctions on Iraqi banks due to concerns over money laundering and funding of armed groups continue to pose a challenge for the banking sector, not for the biggest banks, not for the state-run banks that are the ones that have the increase in these citizens getting accounts. Why they passed out cards during the Eid holiday and it set up digital bank accounts. They don't know they're digital. They just know that they can withdraw currency if they want. They can put their currency in. They don't know it's digital, guys. Just like most American citizens will never know a digital transformation of their banking system has happened. They won't know. They're not going to splash it over the news. It freak too many people out. I'm just saying. It would freak them out. It would freak out the Iraqi citizens too. Right? Looking ahead, Iraq's banking reforms are a crucial step towards building a more stable, transparent, resilient financial system. The success of these initiatives will play a critical role in attracting foreign investment. They've already attracted foreign investment because the digital systems are already in. The World Bank knows it. The governments know it. Other countries know it. Our government knows it because they got 1,000 MOUs from all these different countries that want to do business in Iraq. You remember when I used to read all those articles? Spain was there. Turkey was there. Everybody was there. Australia was there. Everybody was there. Everybody wants to divvy up the pie. China, US, Russia, Germany, France. Every country wants to do business with Iraq. That's what the MOUs were for. Let's not forget that just because it was a while ago and they're not focusing on it now. Why? Now they're creating all this, in my opinion, if I was trying to hide the rate, which they have to, I would make it really messy about the financial system. I would put up posts everywhere contradicting each other. That's what I would do. God even told me, don't worry about the banks. It's going to be messy. Take the money and run. When it revalues in the U.S. and you can go to the U.S. bank, you will know it because I will do a live stream. I have a history of doing more lives than anybody else. I have more videos loaded than anybody else. Check my stats, 10,000 videos versus most people have 100 videos. And they go live at a certain time. I go live every day, single day, whenever I can fit it in. When this happens, I will do a Time Is Now live stream. You don't have to pay attention to any other channel except for mine, in my opinion. But you can still have freedom, but you don't want to not be paying attention to this one. So they've addressed the underlying issues with the new system. Now, there's another article they gave me by Padraig O'Hanley. Iraq is embarking on a comprehensive restructuring of its banking sector with the assistance of leading international consulting firms. According to Dr. Salih Salman, advisor to the Iraqi Prime Minister, speaking at the Iraqi Britain's Business Council Spring Conference in London on Tuesday, that's today, the Iraqi government has appointed Ernst & Young, remember I told you the auditors are all over Iraq? The Iraqi government has appointed Ernst & Young, oh that's the end of the thing, to restructure 6 of their banks. So Ernst & Young, who's been the auditor of the government of Iraq, evidently they have, remember I told you the Oliver and Wyman is over the Central Bank of Iraq and the correspondent banks, but this is the banks in Iraq. Evidently Ernst & Young is making sure 6 of those banks, maybe they split the work, I don't know. All I'm saying is the auditors are all over these banks. These other banks that are not audited will probably be shut out of the system and you won't ever hear about it because they want to appear to the media as if though they got their crap together. Any country that's looking to revalue their currency, they got to appear as though they have their stuff together. Another article was latest developments in Iraq's banking sector reforms as of today, August 12th. Iraq's banking system is undergoing a major overhaul aimed at modernization, transparency, and integration with the global financial system. Here's a summary of the latest news and reforms. Now I pulled up another article because this is the same article, the same time, the same day, just from a different source. It says, as part of its digital transformation efforts, the Central Bank of Iraq launched the second version of its security clearance platform. The platform aims to improve the management and organization of security clearance processes for authorized bank agents and their vehicles when conducting withdrawals and deposits. The CBI Security Clearance Office organized an interactive workshop which reviewed the platform's operating mechanisms and advantages, in addition to explaining the steps for registering accounts and institutions and individuals, ensuring their technical security and alignment with the nature of financial institutions' operations. Right. This little deeper dive, this is security clearances of people that can be in the banks. It's a different, deeper level dive. It is worth noting that the platform provides more than 80 pieces of information for each user within the system. 80 pieces. You think they know who has security clearance? Yep, 80 pieces of information for each user within the system, contributing to enhancing the efficiency of security procedures and supporting the digital infrastructure of the banking sector. Now remember what we've learned since we have our men on the street in Iraq that are heading to Morocco, and we wish them a very good vacation. Thank you for giving us such a great news day before you left. There's a reason why they're able to, I'm thinking there's a reason why they're able to, here's another one, they're from our guys. It says, focus on the private banks and combating illicit activities. Prime Minister al-Sudani recently reviewed the progress of banking reforms, particularly focusing on private banks. This follows the U.S. Treasury's actions against Al-Huda Bank for its alleged role in facilitating terrorist financing and money laundering, international support, and increased oversight. The Central Bank of Iraq is collaborating with international partners such as the World Bank, the Arab Monetary Fund, and GIZ. What is GIZ? I don't know. To implement reforms aligning with the global best practices. The CBI has also intensified scrutiny and regulations on banking and non-banking financial institutions, including, that might be the last one, let me see, including, it's very hard to just follow screenshots, I gotta say, but I'm doing it. Yep, that's the last one. And then they gave me a detailed article that I'm going to click on now. So guys, is that not good news? I'm just saying, does that not help you understand more? Once cash is gone, freedom is gone. Guys, these are, yes, I agree with you, Mark Simons. You should be a member of my channel. Why aren't you? Are you even subscribed? You think I'm an idiot? I've been talking about the digital systems for years now. So if you want to be part of my channel, right now, he's just deleted your message. 3 strikes, you're out. Either subscribe and join the family and learn that this system is coming whether you like it or not. But they are going to run alongside cash for a while. So we have time to prepare. So we'll still have freedom. If you're smart, I used to be a financial auditor with Price Waterhouse. Either join the family or go somewhere else. I understand that when cash is gone, freedom is gone, but not for the people that are prepared. I've been preparing people for 2 years. Where have you been? Anyways, you probably weren't aware of me, so you should be subscribing and tapping the bell and quit arguing with me because you don't know my background. I may look different than I am, and you know, it's better to get in chat and say, who are you and what's your background? Why should I listen to you? I will love to answer that question. They've got you afraid of everything, like you're afraid of your shadow. I'm not afraid of anything. I'm a child of God, and we are supposed to be victors, not victims. I'm not a victim of this system. I'm preparing for it because I've known about it for years. Amen? Vibe with me 402, thank you. There's another article here. I just pulled up. Iraqi Banking and Finance News. It says, this is from today, August 12th, by John Lee. Carmel Brokerage has secured approval from the Iraqi Stock Exchange to launch a comprehensive, this is about the stock exchange in Iraq, to launch a comprehensive digital transformation project in preparation for operations on the Tabadul electronic trading platform. According to a press release, the initiative, the first of its kind in Iraq's financial markets, supports the government's vision to enhance transparency and the digital transformation plan that Sudani's been telling us about, the bank's been talking about. Yep, they didn't give the whole article. Wait, did it? Yeah, John Lee's doing a series of articles about Iraq. That was the latest one on August 12th. We usually cover his articles. They usually send them to me. They send me all the articles that they think are relevant to this and relevant to the bigger picture going on in Iraq. So guys, this is the breaking news for today. This is in the afternoon. I'm going to summarize both sets of intel, I think, before in my summary today. So if you're just interested, please subscribe and tap the bell so you can get the quickest updates. This is a longer one because I had details I wanted to go through. Do you have any questions about this? I'm gonna view Libby on the label. Vibe with me. Thank you for responding to her. How long ago did you work in a bank? I never worked in a bank. I was an auditor with Price Waterhouse, just like Ernst & Young is auditing Iraq. I was an auditor with Price Waterhouse where I audited banks. And I also dated a branch manager. I don't care. The SWIFT system has been in existence since I was a kid. They're changing it under your feet right now. When you're an auditor, you understand how the systems interconnect. I don't have to defend myself to you anyway, but you should subscribe and tap the bell. Most people that were an auditor with, I was on the partner track until my parents died, which led me to get into corporate America. They kept offering me the chief financial officer position. I didn't want it. I didn't know why, but probably because I hate politics. I never wanted to be promoted to that level because of the politics. So if you ask an honest question, you'll understand. I've been researching Iraq ever since, and I understand at a level nobody else does about the systems that are required to launch something such as digital currencies in a country. Anyways, so my intel sources are unique as well. So I'm unique, my intel sources are unique, my mods are unique. I just ask anybody who's got any kind of wisdom to join our family and add your wisdom instead of questioning why I'm here. Watch one of my other 10,000 videos when I have more time to explain myself, right? I really tried to hide that too. You did. I wanted to see it because Vibe with me said That doesn't matter. Those of us who do work in banks know it's changing under our feet. If you need articles, you can see this. I go through the truth, the facts, the optimism, because I came from the auditing side. It doesn't matter unless you have proof. And when a country is as quickly tied to the media as Iraq is, usually when they do articles, it's after something's done. I'm telling you, their digital currency's already out and it's already in their banks, and now they're beginning to tell people about it because it's already done. Right? They didn't want to scare people off. Yes, or just sit and listen and take notes before you speak out of turn or ignorance as trolls. Yeah, guys, I hate to be attacked on my own platform in my own living room from people that are has a lot less intelligent and a lot less work experience than I do. My resume speaks for itself. It just does. And I really don't have to defend myself to you or anyone that gets in my chat, because I know what my work experience is, and I know that I have hard skills that'll help you transition to this. For instance, you shouldn't be buying a lie that you can just go to some Tom, Dick, and Harry center and you're going to be safe there. And your money's going to be safe there, even if you sign an NDA that allows them the rights to claw it back. Who are you? Are you thinking for yourself, or are you just programmed to do whatever they tell you to do? I think after what we've been through, you better start thinking for yourself. I've been doing the thinking for everybody that's on my platform. And then I encourage you to think for yourself after you get my information, because we all have a different piece of this pie. This is why I do the summaries. I keep it on what everybody else is saying, because I honor their information and I honor the people doing the information. I don't badmouth anybody on my channel, but I've been badmouthed quite a bit, which causes all those little acolytes that come to my troll to question me without even listening to me, because you've been listening to somebody else about me instead of getting your own information. So do your research and get information on me. I'm the only one that has 10,000 videos. I'm the only one that has a resume that is relevant to this time period right now. You should be subscribing, tapping the bell, and thanking God that I was humble enough to move from South Florida, Boca Raton, where I had a very cushy $200,000 a year job and a fully funded retirement, to give it all up to move to Maine and be crushed by God many times. $5 million business, gone back down to nothing because I'm a malignant narcissist, because I had to learn my narcissist lesson and how to have healthy boundaries. And then he calls me to YouTube. Do you think I wanted to do this? I didn't. I wanted to take my money and be invisible. I didn't want to be highlighted on a platform where I know the government's going to, I know what's going to happen with this digital system. I know all the dangers. I talk about it to my Zoom members all the time. So if you want to see that side of me, get on my Zoom. Yes, vibe with me. Please use your own brain while you're getting information from anybody. I tell you, I teach people how to hear from God for themselves, because there's a rise of false prophets. It said it in the scriptures I was reading this morning. Be careful of false prophets. How do you know? You know a tree by its fruit. You have to do your own research, your own study, right? This is not the end-all, be-all. I'm entertainment purposes only, because I have no idea what you're finding. I'm not telling you to invest in the Iraqi Dinar or cryptos or anything, or any of the currencies. But I'm telling you that God put me on this platform to help guide you through this wealth transfer. He told me there's 4 waves of wealth transfer. The first one is the Iraqi Dinar. Kim Clement also said it. He was not a false prophet. A lot of things he prophesied are coming true, right? Even after his death. So guys, with that, I'm going to go. I'm going to do my meditation and lower my blood pressure. I can't let people get to me. I thought I learned my lesson. Big brother's always watching. Amen. I was telling my counselor that. I said, hey, every time I'm talking to you, I'm assuming they're watching. I don't assume I have any privacy. These digital systems could be totalitarian just like that, and I'm very aware of that. If you want to know how God has prepared the way so that we can all be safe, you will subscribe and tap the bell. Wisdom, knowledge, and understanding are better than silver and gold, and nothing you desire can compare with them. Therefore, I made it my ambition, I made it my personal ambition to have understanding and wisdom. I sought God for all the wisdom I have, and God gives me wisdom aligned with the articles I read because of my financial background. He creates unique presentations every time. You should join me on a morning live if you want to know God. In my opinion, I think the humanitarian projects are ridiculous. The banks, army bases, Asian forefathers don't give a flip. Randy, you're pragmatic like I am. I love it. I think it's because, we were raised in Wyoming. It's not Missouri, the show me state, but it's pretty close. I don't know how they lost track of their government. Missouri? I really don't know how that got so weird. I mean, there's so many weird states right now when you look at their politics. Right, Robert, the information is all around us. But guys, you got to use discernment. And I will help you increase in your discernment if you subscribe and tap the bell. Guys, I love you all so much, but I'm going to go because I have to spend, I don't know when my husband gets off, but I got to get the intel summary together so I can spend the rest of the day with him. Okay? God bless. Bye. Thank you, mods. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, members, for getting on and always being in the chat and giving your 2 cents because you know me longer. Thank you for supporting me. Anybody that wants to leave any positive comments about my wisdom to help newbies know that I'm not just some fly-by-night YouTuber. I'm here for the long haul, guys. I've been here a long time. And I know so much, that's why I think my channel's growing so slow. People aren't used to the truth. They're used to being lied to. They're used to clickbait. I am all truth, facts, and optimism. So get used to it. I love you. Bye.